How's it going, guys? These are my final predictions and short notice picks for UFC 311 Islam Makhachev versus Arman Tsarukyan 2. And two matchups changed this week, as a matter of fact, and we are only days away from Saturday's pay-per-view. So, we saw this week both Cedric Dumas and Johnny Walker pulled out of their fights this week. And, man, Johnny Walker definitely dodged a bullet here. Thank God. That could have been really tough for his career. Possibly career-ending. He'd be fighting unranked guys here in no time. So, Zachary Reese, he's going to be fighting Azamat Bekhoev instead. Bogdan Guskov will now be fighting Billy Elikana. Both of these new fighters will be fighting for the first time in the UFC this Saturday on short notice. So, this is a big deal. Tapology says it all, man. So, we're going to pull it up. Tapology has been my best friend all week long. I've been spending the last 2 days researching these guys. Also, by the way, Azamat Bekhoev, he's leading as of right now as a negative 220 favorite leading into his 5-day notice debut. So that's just absolutely insane. See, I didn't even know about these guys until this week. So I'm going to pull up Tapology here. Bekhoev actually has more than twice as many pro fights as Zachary Reese. Reese, 8 wins, 1 loss. Bekhoev, 18 wins, 3 losses. So immediately, Bekhoev is a more experienced fighter here. Reese is also riding on the momentum of back-to-back wins. He's never gone past the second round as a professional. Prior to his recent win against Jose Medina and lost to Cody Brundage, I need to mention that. So Azamat Bekhoev, he's also riding a 6-fight winning streak prior to his UFC debut. 6 wins by KO, 8 wins by submission, and 4 decision victories. I think he stands a good chance here. I watched a few of his fights. This guy, he's got a lot of potential. I'm going to pick him to win over Zachary Reese. Reese, he's got a 4-inch height advantage and 5-inch reach advantage. So I'm hoping to see an exciting fight. We're going to find out on Saturday. So I'm hedging my bets on experience here. Azamat Bekhoev by decision. And let's take a look at the new Billy Elikana. We see the opposite here. Bogdan Guskov has more than twice the pro fight experience over Elikana. We have Guskov at 16 wins, 3 losses, and Elikana at 7 wins, 1 loss. 3-fight win streak for Elikana, by the way. Most recent loss, it was via split decision, and we got 4 wins in a row right before that. But, I just don't get, why are they setting him up with a ranked fighter? Bogdan Guskov is no joke. What are they doing, man? Yeah, I don't get it, but they're close in height. They're close in reach as well. So not much variance there. Look at what I found on Forbes. According to Forbes, some betting sites have already installed Elikana as a plus 250 underdog. He better show up to the fight packing some heat. If he's a plus 250 underdog to Guskov, that's the same odds that Merab has to win against Umar Nurmagomedov. And Arman Tsarukyan has even worse odds. I think he's a plus 3 something, plus 275. So, which, by the way, I will be doing a video tomorrow on the perceived gap in the betting odds for Arman Tsarukyan and Merab Dvalishvili. So keep an eye out for that. I'm picking Guskov via knockout, bro. Guskov has 14 knockouts on his pro record. He's going to be picking out Elikana bits out of his teeth. So I hope this guy packed some floss in his suitcase on his flight to LA. So, Elikana's probably here for a good time, not a long time. So let's quickly go into my predictions for my winners here, right? Obviously, some of you guys have seen in a previous video, I already went through my picks for the main card and the preliminary card, the prelims, the early prelims. And I picked Arman Tsarukyan. I have him to win by unanimous decision. A lot of people are like, dude, you're crazy. I even got a comment saying, when's the next time you're going to be betting against, Islam Makhachev next time he fights? Honestly, dude, the only time that I have bet against Islam Makhachev is in this fight. And I still think that he's got the best chance to win. I think, he's a better fighter all around compared to Arman. He's more skilled, more well-rounded. But sometimes you just got to stick with your gut, man. So, you also have Umar Nurmagomedov. I picked him to win by unanimous decision or split decision. I think this will be a lot closer than people are predicting, and the odds are crazy for having Merab as a plus 240. I think it needs to be closer than that. Yuri Prohaska, I have him winning by, I'm assuming we'll get a KO finish in this bout. I mean, they were both brutally KO'd pretty recently. They'll either play all or nothing and either make or break their careers on this, or we're going to see them be more patient and technical than we've seen them before. I know this for sure. The more hesitant one of the two is going to lose. So they have to go balls to the wall. They have to fight like their life depends on it. I have probably Yuri by round 3 knockout. Probably by round 3, they're going to be like really ramping it up and edging the other person out or try and take him out completely. So next up, Moicano, right? I have him by KO against Beneil Dariush round 2. Reinier de Ridder by submission, probably, definitely a finish. I think round 2 or round 3. Peyton Talbot by KO, round 3 as well. Almeida, I want to say probably a finish. You know, I've been second guessing my pick ever since I made my official prediction on this, because Spivak has never been submitted in his pro career. I know Almeida loves submitting guys, but Sergey Spivak, this guy is severely underrated. His chances of winning will definitely go up the longer the fight runs. So, I mean, they go to a decision. He's got a much stronger chance of pulling a win here. So we're going to have to say probably a round 1 KO in favor of Jailton Almeida. See, now I'm going all or nothing. See what these fighters do to me, man? They just stress me out all the time, and they shock me, and I have like a whole card of knockouts and a full card of all decisions. So Guskov, by whatever he wants, KO round 1. Wow, I am picking a lot of finishes here, see? But that's just how they match these guys up, man. They just stack the card, and then the main event and the co-main event, they know that these guys are going to be going the distance for sure. They're trying to build up the engagement on the fight on the front end. Looks like Dawson probably by decision, Bekoyev by decision. Most debut fights go to decision statistically. I'm going with Bekoyev by decision there. So Aylin Perez, I think if she can finish within the distance, probably a round 3 submission, but more than likely a decision. Rinya Nakamura, I think he'll get a KO. I don't have a whole lot of time to spend watching these guys fight. At this point in time, I just don't have a lot of time on my hands, but I have him by KO. Tagir Olimbekov, he'll probably find a submission on Clayton Carpenter, but I will say by decision officially. And those are my final predictions for UFC 311. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like on the video. Remember to subscribe to the channel. That way you can get notified for more UFC content, especially like tomorrow's video about the betting odds on this card. And I'll see you guys on the next video.